Hey guys, welcome to the tail end of my vacation here. This is Northern California, up in the mountains a little bit. Can't really see it because of all the trees, but the Pacific Ocean's right over there. I want to show you something I've been working on. Actually, a lot of little bits I've been working on lately. This right here is sort of my prototype version of a Taro 650. And let me show you up close. It's a 650, but it's not a 650 anymore. It's somewhere in the 720 range. It's even bigger. These are my motor mounts that I designed and I'm having manufactured now. I still have one more part that I need to redesign, and they need to open up a mold for these isolators, but it's as far as I know, it's a pretty original concept to isolate the motors the way I did, because I'm sick of vibrations. That's sort of the whole thing that actually got me into designing and manufacturing these motors. Is vibration is just, it's a killer. It absolutely kills everything. So I want to cut it out from the source, and this actually uses little 8x8 vibration isolators that are completely designed for this motor mount. So everything here is completely isolated. You can see with quite a bit of pressure I can get it to deflect a little bit, not nearly enough to actually rub the motor. Now these are pretty much specifically designed for my 3407s, but you could put quite a range of motors inside these motor mounts. And they're actually not even that heavy. You can see I cut out a lot of material where I could. But full billet aluminum, really, really nice. So these are prototypes, but pretty soon I will have the isolators in stock and can put kits together. They clamp to standard 16mm Taro tile type booms. So that's one of the big things. These are also prototype motors. They're exactly the same as my 750 kV 3407s, except they're down towards 400 kV. So I'm running this as a 6-cell system. And you can see I've got my 30 amp high voltage, these little tiny 30 amp 6S capable ESCs. Now another thing that's unique is this is a DYS smart gimbal. I have quite a few of these coming in for stock on my store. It's buildrcdrones.com now, rcmanchild.com also links to that. And pretty impressive little gimbal. You know, a few things here and there every once in a while that you find, but once I got tuning, I could actually get a lot better performance than the stock tune could give me. So I'm also running a Pixhawk on this, which is a new flight controller from 3D Robotics. It uses Arducopter firmware. Let me plug it in. Start getting GPS. And the gimbal should turn on. There it goes. So let's let this warm up and I'll fly it for you guys. So in the end, aside from the flight controller, everything you see here will be available in my store. It's the 6S system's been a long time in development now. I've probably personally gone through, I don't know, maybe 15 motors, 20 motors, something like that, with different windings, different can designs, trying to find the most efficient system. And then I have a bunch of friends that are flying almost all exactly the same hex, the 680 version of this frame, using the 400 kV motors as well. And these are a little bit higher kV. I'm getting pretty good performance on 12x4.5s. So I'm really, really happy with them. And I'm really happy with the HV ESCs. Those are just incredible ESCs. Let me see here. Turn the GoPro on. Now this is a fun little monitor. I'll be carrying these as well. This is a Boscam LCD 5802. It's the diversity monitor with the stereo on the back. But one nice thing is it's got a battery built in. So there we are. Now we're receiving. Let me turn the gimbal up. There we go. Really nice little monitor actually, and they're not too expensive. But I 3D printed a little holder for this because this DX9 has a funky antenna shape. So I did a little SolidWorks design and made a nice little monitor for me. So let's give it a flight and see how it goes. I've been tuning it here and there. Seems to be getting pretty good. All right. What do I have? Nothing here. Oh, duh. Funny little thing, this button on the Pixhawk, you gotta hold it, and that arms the motors. And then you can go through the arming process. There we go. Okay. Stabilize mode, take it off. Go into altitude hold. Now I'll go put it out here. A little bit of extra throttle. Put it into GPS lock. There we go. Now if you can see on the screen, I'm not sure exactly what you guys are looking at, but I'll look to the left here. There's the ocean. So this is the Pixhawk, and with a little bit of tuning, it's actually an amazing flight controller. And so is the APM 2.5 and 2.6. They can be very, very good and very, very bad at the same time. If you're not patient with it, there are a few things that can get you, which is very true of almost any open source controller. Okay, that's enough height for me. Go to 50% throttle. So we got a nice view. I'll go for a little pan here. There's the house down there. Now let's stop and look down at us. Where are we? That's too far. Well, we're in there somewhere. Okay. Well, I'm going to bring this guy back in. This one flies so well. Yesterday, I was doing duration testing as the sun was going down, and I ended up having this exact system recording, taking shots, taking photographs with the GoPro every 5 seconds, pointing at the sunset. And I was actually up and flying for a total of 20 minutes, which is pretty good. And if you wanted to go really simplistic with these motors and speed controls, you could probably get somewhere around 25 to 28 is my guess, because this thing is fairly complex. It's carrying a big battery, it's carrying a big GoPro gimbal, you know, it's a full 3-axis gimbal. So it could be a lot lighter, but let's look up here. Yeah, so this is kind of my little go-to system right now on 6Cell. I'm developing a couple other versions of these motors as well. So I've got the 750s out now. I'll have the 400s coming very, very soon. And then I'm also going to design a slightly bigger version of the motor using almost exactly the same design, except be a little bit taller. So instead of a 7mm stator, it's going to be an 11mm stator. And that'll be for slightly bigger copters or smaller, you know, like quads instead of hexes where you have a little more power. Or even what I really want to try is a high voltage tri. Would be really fun, but there aren't a lot of sophisticated flight controllers that work with tris right now. So let me bring this guy in. Go to altitude hold. Whip it around. And disarm. Cool. All right, well, I thought I'd show you that. It's a cool little quad. 20-minute flight times aren't half bad, too. And I think I'll be playing a little bit more with the configuration, see if I can get longer flight times on it. All right. thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.